Let me ask you this. Where does your value come from? If you think it comes from anywhere else but inside of you, then you are gravely mistaken. But that is okay. As I was under the same impression years ago. We all start under this fake assumption that is pounded on us by the society, media, and people who surround us. We attribute high value to looks, money, body, fame, confidence, car, business and so on. Forgetting the biggest key to high value. That is, do you think you are high value? Do you hold yourself in high regard? If no, then you can have pretty much any material thing handed to you and still feel low value. You could have the hottest woman given to you in some magical way and you will feel unworthy of her. You could be given $1 million right now, but it will not get rid of the low value that is in the mind. And chances are, you may end up losing that money. You see, YouTube is filled with action-based advice. That you need to do certain things a certain way to appear high value. But the truth is, it is all just dressing the wound. You see, you don't have to do anything to become high value. This whole premise is flawed. Because value comes from the mind. Value is completely self-allocated. The world will never ever give you validation and praise if you don't feel worthy of it. No one will respect you if you do not respect yourself. For example, two men with similar skills are in competition to have a promotion. One man thinks he is worthy and the other thinks he is not. Their track record is the same. Both get called for a meeting with their boss so that the boss can decide to whom the promotion should be given. Who do you think will be more confident and charismatic in the promotion interview? The guy who thinks he is worthy of it or the guy who thinks he is not? I think you guessed it. So where is the value of the first guy coming from? If both have equal track records. One doesn't have a significant edge over the other. Now let's take another example. A man walks up to a lady to try to talk to her. But he is self-conscious and is already thinking he will get rejected. What do you think will happen? Now, another man walks up to a lady in excitement for the interaction. He is not thinking about rejection or acceptance. Because he thinks he is worthy of a warm reception. He thinks he is a high-value man. How will his interaction go? You see, there is no trying to be high value. Just be high value, now. There is no trying to become worthy. Be worthy, now. There is no need to seek validation from the world to base your value on. Because in the end, you are the one giving yourself a so-called high value or low value in your own mind. Can't you see? If you believe that you are not worthy of a lot of money, how can the world give it to you? The world will give you exactly what you think you are worth. And then there is the myth that you need to be good looking and ripped to have high value. Let me ask you this. If you hold yourself in high regard, would you eat junk food and ruin your physique? Would you sit around on a couch and do nothing all day? Getting ripped will be a natural thing for you because you love yourself. You want to take care of yourself automatically if you think you are high value. Would you neglect your looks if you loved yourself? Would you let a woman make you question your self-worth by waiting for her text all day? Would you be desperate to hold on to a job you hate? My guess is no. How do I know? Because I have been there. And I saw all these so-called high-value videos on YouTube. They all talk about the effects and not the cause. Your low self-esteem is the effect of the cause, that is low-value thinking. Your body not looking good is the effect of the cause, you not loving yourself. Your low income is the effect of the cause, that is the limiting programming and limiting beliefs about money. You not enjoying a good life is the effect of you not knowing that you are the cause of this life. Your mind is the cause. Yet no one talks about it. It is all about do this and do that to raise your value. How can you raise your value when you literally have infinite amount of it in your mind? It is like a billionaire asking for donations to pay the fee for his kid's school. In The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle gave a beautiful example about this exact same phenomenon. And I quote, "A beggar had been sitting by the side of the road for over 30 years. One day a stranger walked by. 'Spare some change,' mumbled the beggar, mechanically holding out his old baseball cap. 'I have nothing to give you,' said the stranger. Then he asked, 'What's that you are sitting on?' 'Nothing,' replied the beggar. 'Just an old box. I have been sitting on it for as long as I can remember.' 'Ever looked inside?' asked the stranger. 'No,' said the beggar. 'What's the point? There's nothing in there.' 'Have a look inside,' insisted the stranger. The beggar managed to pry open the lid. With astonishment, disbelief, and elation, he saw that the box was filled with gold. End of quote. You are sitting on infinite value, yet looking frantically everywhere in the world for it. But again, it is the bad programming that we are bombarded with from childhood that we can't help but to think in limited ways. But now you know. There is no raising your value. You are high value by default. You just have to encourage it in your mind and think from the premise of high value and self-love. Begin to think from this state of being. And your world will shift to reflect it. If you are new to the channel, then watch this video. Because you might be lost as to how just thinking that I am high value can make me high value. This channel is all about mindset first, everything else second. Because believe it or not, your life is the exact outpicturing of what you think about. So, you will forever be lost if you search for value outside of yourself.